the laptop's quite far away. So if you're new, I think we've got, I can't read that. So if you've never been to one of our live rituals before, welcome. If you have, then welcome. So I'm just going to talk for a little while we're waiting for people to arrive. Usually give them 10 minutes after 8 to get here. So yes, Walpurgis, Nacht, Bealtaine, which is it's many things. It's the, oh, hang on. So I have to keep stopping and admitting people. It's this new thing they got on Zoom where you have all these security stuff and yeah, waiting room's the easiest way to do it because not everyone likes the password thing. So yeah, Walpurgis Nacht is tonight, and then Bealtaine is tomorrow. So we're kind of celebrating both really, but it's the thinning of the veil, which is why if you want to do any kind of ancestors work, this is the time. I think in the MeWe group, the Witch's Path, I think there's some documents, some files on there of how you can do that. Okay. So if you're in that group and you want to have a look, then you can. When I repost this, so it'll be up on YouTube, so I usually send it out afterwards, and the meditation as well will definitely be sent out because I'll put that up on Soundcloud. I do that, I'll include the link for the MeWe group in there as well. Okay, so if you want to join that and have a look at those files on doing the ancestor work, then you can. So how long we got? We've got a couple more minutes yet, just waiting for people to arrive. So this meditation, so it's already, it's all been done. It's got all the whistles and bells on it. I think you're gonna love it. So I'm not actually going to be reading the actual meditation. I'm going to be doing it as well, so will Ian. So it's going to be playing over the stereo speakers. So I've tested all the sound, don't worry, you'll be able to hear it fine. I've tested all that. But before we do the meditation, we're going to cast the circle using a blue flame. I don't know why. I was told do it with the blue flame. So, okay, I'll do it with the blue flame. Because I was listening to a very interesting video by someone we follow on YouTube who was talking about the differences between Walpurgis Nacht, which is tonight, and then Bealtaine, which is tomorrow. So Walpurgis Nacht was the cleansing with water, and then Bealtaine is the cleansing with fire. So I think that's why I blue flame. Okay, blue flame is then. So when we cast a circle, we're going to imagine that blue flame coming around us. Okay. We're then going to invite Arawn, who is the king of the Fae, lord of the Underworld, leader of the Wild Hunt. And it is said that he, in the early hours of the morning of Bealtaine, he will go out with these hounds and round up all the lost souls. So Matt Hancock, watch out. Joking aside, yeah. So yeah, that's Arawn. So we'll meet him in the meditation. So we're going to call on him. This is him here, and these are a couple of bits of wood that Ian found in a fairy wood actually when we were camping once. And one looks like a hound, and the other one looks like it actually looks like Arawn. It's really weird. It's like fairy king. It's amazing. I'm like, oh my god, when he found him, I was so excited. Rhiannon, because she walks the veil as well, and as we are going to be using horse energy in the meditation, I thought, yeah, we'll invite her as well, because she very much sits in the earth realm, kind of fae-like, walking the veil. So yeah, we're going to invite her as well. And I'm also going to invite Sekhmet in as well, because she's Sekhmet. And yeah, she does the whole warrior healing thing, so I thought that was really cool. So yeah, we'll cast a circle, invite them in. And then we're going to go straight into the meditation after that, because there's a really nice bit of grounding through the drum in the meditation itself. Ian's playing the drum at the moment, in case you're wondering what that is. That's Ian playing the drum. Yeah, and then once we finish the meditation, it is, I'm warning now, it's 50 minutes long. So make sure you're comfortable. Yeah, make sure you're comfortable where you're sitting. Okay, it's 8 minutes past 8, so I don't know if we've got anyone else coming. I'll give them a couple more minutes, because I did say 10 minutes. So I better give them 10 minutes. So after the meditation, we will leave open close. And then if anyone's got anything they want to share or any questions afterwards, then we can do that at the end. I will be recording this, but because it's on speaker view, you won't see you. You only see my lovely face. Don't want me to upload the Q&A at the end, then that's fine. I can just take that off the end. But we'll talk about that after. That's not a problem. Okay. Ooh. Right, so what I'm going to do quickly, I'm just going to light my coal. So if you're actively participating, where are you going? You go off, are you? Bye. Don't tread on the wire. And it's off. That's your little place there. Boy, you lay down. Maybe. So if you're actively participating, just going to light the coals so they're ready. I've got about 3 different incenses I'm going to burn here. Is that out? That's my finger. I've got fire, because it's obviously fire festival. I've got earth as well, because Arawn and Rhiannon are connected to the earth. I've also got a bit of a Brahmalin, the Crowley blend incense, pure magic in a jar. Hang on, stay with me. Come on then. Under you go. Dog. And then I've also got some Rhiannon incense as well, so I'm going to burn that as well. Might as well, as you do. There's a candle as well. I've got a special one here actually that we use. What's wrong with the matches? We actually used it a few years ago in a Bealtaine ritual, where we actually did. You'll know what I'm talking about when we reach the Great Ancestors Cavern, the walk around the Bellfire. We actually did that in our front room. Can you believe that? Not around a fire, but around a candle. And that was the candle. The candle that I've got here was the candle that we walked around. Can't believe we did that in this living room. Right, things you do. Right, I'm ready. Okay. So we're going to start just by doing a bit of grounding. So if you want to carry on with the drum play. So if you've got a drum, you can bring the drum in. So you can either come into Sufi grind, if you know Sufi grind, or you can plug first two fingers of both hands down into the earth, or you can imagine red swirling energy at the base of your spine. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing. Just going to light some candles. Okay, so we're going to cast a circle. So just closing your eyes. You might find your body just starts to move in a circle. Just let it do that. So I want you to imagine this blue flame And it's coming from your heart center. Okay. So if you want to, you can place your hand on your heart center. You should imagine, visualize that energy coming out from your heart center, and it begins to create. So it can spiral out, or it can just come out and then form a ring around you. You can make that as big as you want to. So it can just circle around yourself, or around the room that you're in, or even around your whole home. Okay. You can make that circle as big as you need to. So it begins as like a blue light, first of all. And then as it forms that circle, so draw it. Visualize yourself, draw it, yeah, in your mind. Make sure there's no gaps. And then once that blue light is complete, then you can visualize it turning into this, it's like a white, a bluey white flame, yeah, that's circling you. Okay. So when you feel that that's done, we're going to call our deity. So if you are calling others, that's fine. If you're actively participating and you want to call your own deity, then you can do that. So we're going to call Arawn first. So if you're actively participating and you want to call the same deity, then just repeat after me, okay? King of the Fae, Arawn. Leader of the wild hunt. We call on you. To bear witness to our magical workings. And guide us in our journey on this eve of Walpurgis Nacht, as the veil thins and we walk through the other world. We offer you herb. We offer you flame. We offer you beer. Bless our magical workings this eve. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. So we're going to call Rhiannon. So again, you're either going to call Rhiannon with me or a different deity. Rhiannon, walker of the veil, mistress of the horse and of the hound, we invite you to join us on this eve, Walpurgis Nacht. We invite you to guide us in our magical workings. Guide us through the forest to the Great Cavern. Bless us, Rhiannon, with your wisdom and your knowledge. We bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. So I'm just going to call Sekhmet as well, because she is Sekhmet. Lion goddess. Goddess of the sun, daughter of Ra. Healer, warrior. We invite you to bear witness to our magical workings on this eve, Walpurgis Nacht. We honor you. And we bid you hail and welcome. Hail and welcome. Okay. Throw this on. Okay. So if you are sitting comfortably, we are going to move to the meditation. So grab your crystals and get ready to journey to the Great Ancestors Cavern. Greetings. In this Bealtaine meditation, I'm going to take you on a journey through to the other world, where you will meet the King of the Fae, Arawn, who will bless you as you continue on your journey to the Great Ancestors Cavern, where you will meet one or more of your ancient ancestors. So light your incense, light your candles. This will probably be maybe half an hour, maybe a bit longer. So make sure you can sit up, preferably with your heart above your knees, and use whatever you need to facilitate that. Okay, so cushions, lean again, sit up against the wall, whatever you need to do. Yeah, so you are in an active state of meditation. There's nothing wrong with going to sleep to this if you want to use it that way, but because it's actually quite active, so to get the full benefit, I would say, if you can, stay with us. Also grab any crystals that you feel that you want to work with for this particular meditation. Any meditation that connects to the ancestors, so any that connect to the element of earth, any that connect to the element of fire as well, because Bealtaine is obviously a fire festival, Sabbat. Just enjoy. So we're grounding using the drum. So if you want to, you can come into 4-4-8 breath. I'll inhale for 4. hold for 4, breathe out for 8. Just do a few rounds of that, just to connect you to the earth, and also through the soul star chakra to your higher self, to the infinite possibilities of the void space. So we're going to connect from your heart center all the way down through the central channel of the spine, all the way down, out through your base chakra at the base of the spine. And we're moving down through the conduit that is as wide as your hips. And we're moving down through the earth, past the roots of the trees, past the formations of crystals, past the bodies of water, down into the molten heart of the earth. And superimposed over the molten heart of the earth is the new earth crystal. So tapping into that energy of the new earth. And we're going to bring that energy back up through that conduit, back up into your body. If you want to assign a color to that, you can. All the way up to the heart chakra, and just let that energy rest at your heart center. Breathe. So now we're going to go back up from the heart, up the central channel of the spine, up through the top of your head, through the gateway that is the soul star chakra, which is a beautiful silver color, all the way to the edge of the universe, to the void space. And I want you to poke a hole through that void space and go through. We're just going to float here for a few breaths. Option C, you can set an intention if you want to. Okay, so we're going to bring that energy of the infinite possibilities, the quantum, we're going to bring that energy back down, all the way down through the doorway of the soul star chakra, all the way down through your crown to your heart center, and just let energy rest there. And then from your heart center, we're going to journey back to a time when Glastonbury was once upon a time underwater, and the tour at Glastonbury was the only thing aside from water that you could see for miles, like an island. Also known as Avalon. So you can see the tour from where you're standing. But we need to get there. So you're going to walk down the hillside to where there's a small rowing boat. So you get in the boat and you begin to row towards the small island where the tour resides. When you get to the shore, you step out of the boat and you begin the spiral journey up, around the hillside in a spiral towards the tour. When you reach the tower, you're going to move through the doorway, which faces north. This is a portal to the other world. And then you're going to sit down in the middle of that space. And as you sit there and you take some long, deep breath, a mist begins to form. The mist gathers around you. And although it's not cold, it has a quality to it which is ethereal. As you're sitting there, observing the mist forming around you, you notice a doorway, a door appearing before you. And this door is huge, solid, made of wood, with strange symbols and sigils all over. You stand, you open the door and move through into a wooded space. You realize this is an ancient woodland. And as you look up, you can see the late afternoon sun twinkling through the leaves. As you move to connect to the trees around you, you hear the whinnying of a horse in the distance. The hooves on the mulchy earth getting louder. When the black steed arrives and stands in front of you, you say hello. You recognize this beautiful creature from your last visit. This horse is pure black, with a bright white star on its forehead. You mount the horse, find your seat, wrap your fingers around the mane, and you set off at a trot. As you move through the woods, you see the sun is beginning to set, and the sky through the leaves of the trees begins to turn red and orange and purple. The horse beneath you begins to move at a canter and then a gallop. With the wind in your face, you notice alongside you through the trees, there's another horse, a white horse, galloping alongside. And the figure astride this horse you recognize, with her golden hair streaming behind her. This is Rhiannon. And she is here to guide you to the realm of the other world. As you gallop through the forest, and the sky turns indigo, the air around you turns chilly. The steed slowly comes to a trot and then stops still in front of an entrance in a large wall. You dismount and thank your steed and Rhiannon, who is in the shadows of the trees. You move through the entrance, across a courtyard. And this courtyard is surrounded by some of the largest and oldest trees you have ever experienced. In the middle of the courtyard is a large, round, roofed building which you enter. You recognize this. You recognize the staircase, the stone staircase spiraling down with arched doorways accompanying the staircase. You begin to walk down and round, your footsteps echoing around this stone structure. Moving down and round, down and round. And as you continue to walk down this spiral staircase, you hear the sound of the earth in your ears. The further down you move, the louder this sound gets. The sound of the earth. When you arrive at the bottom of the staircase, you see another solid wooden door. This one also has symbols and sigils engraved upon it. But this time, when you touch the symbols on the door, they glow, then fade. Then the door is open. You walk through, and there to greet you are the tall, willowy figures. You know these people, you know these beings. You take in their form as they guide you down a torchlit passage through the earth. They are very tall, 8, 9 feet tall. And they have an etheric blue glow about them. And when they move like birds in flight, graceful, light, and they always make you smile. They do not speak, except with their ice blue big eyes. These are the Fae. You arrive at a cavern lined with quartz crystal. Massive torches lead the way to a giant cauldron that has steps going up one side and down the other. As you gaze in awe at this super cauldron, you notice a figure out of the corner of your eye. You shift your focus to look at the figure, who is seated on a massive throne of wood, possibly, but it looks like metal. As you gaze at this figure, he looks up at you, piercing blue eyes in a pale face. And these eyes are kind, yet uncompromising. He acknowledges your presence, rises from his throne, and his chainmail armor moves and chinks. You notice that this armor is not usual. It moves like water, sounds like metal. And the long sword at his side also appears to be moving metal and has a blue glow to it. You recognize this person, this figure, this being as Arawn, king of the Fae, lord of the Underworld, and leader of the Wild Hunt. You move by torchlight towards the cauldron. You walk up the stairs and down into the vessel. You sit and breathe in the darkness around you. Now is the time to set an intention for the rest of your journey to the Ancestors Cavern. Or, if you prefer, you can ask Arawn to help you to set your intention. some long, deep breath. As you gain the clarity that you will need when you enter the Grand Ancestors Cavern. Before you leave the cauldron, you may ask Arawn for any signs that he wishes to give you. They may be in the form of symbols or images, sounds, could be anything. And it might also be handy when the meditation is done to journal those signs that he gives you. Breathe. When you're ready, you rise and exit the cauldron, walking up the steps. And as you exit, Arawn holds out a hand to help you as you walk down. You stand in front of him, and he draws his sword and lays the flat edge over your third eye. This is his blessing for you to continue on your journey. You thank him without speaking. and move out through an arched doorway, moving down through a torch-lit passage. The torch-lit passage leads down to the Great Ancestors Cavern. As you continue walking, you realize that there is moss under your feet, and it's kind of springy. And then you also notice that the walls are no longer of earth, but are made up of entwined yew trees. You put out your hands and connect with these ancient trees. As you look ahead of you, you see the faint glow of fire, the Bealtaine fire, the Bale fire. You begin to walk faster and almost break into a run when you see the glow of the fire, of the Bale fire, the Bealtaine fire. Your heart feels like it's going to burst with pure happiness as you now hear the voices of others who have come to this sacred place in order to meet their ancestors. You can hear the sound of the drums and the singing and the voices and the laughter and the dogs barking. And as you run through the doorway and enter this massive cavern, you see the balefire and the people gathered around it, paying homage to their ancestors, ancient and alien. You join them around the fire. You close your eyes and you all begin to sway together. And the swaying then turns into a moving circle, with each of you resting your left hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you. This is a moving, walking circle which honors your ancestors who have come before and on whose shoulders you stand to this day. The circle moves slowly around the balefire to the sound of the drum. the walking circle comes to a natural stop. And slowly, the people begin to break away and move to the outer edges of the caverns, where the trees are and where the stone formations are. Here is where you will meet the ancestor of your choice. You sit down on a stone plinth and you close your eyes. At this point, you realize that your animal guide is there with you. From out of the shadows, a figure begins to walk toward you. You may recognize this figure, or you may not. It may be an ancestor whom you know, or it might not. Either way, you have called this ancestor to you on this day. They sit down with you, and you begin to talk. You may ask your ancestor any question. So take this time to be with them. a drum begins to sound. And you realize it is time for your ancestor to return from whence they came. And it is time for you to leave this Grand Ancestor Cavern. The other people gathered here also begin to move out through the doorway to the cavern. And they move up through a shaft in the earth, which kind of resembles the conduit that we connected with at the beginning. This shaft is lit by a golden light. And as you move underneath it, you very slowly begin to lift off the ground. And you slowly move up past the bodies of water, past the crystal formations, past the roots of the trees. And then I want you to feel your body as it's sitting on the floor or in a chair. Really feel the whole weight of your body as we return back from our journey into the body. Really feel the floor or the chair underneath you. You can begin to wiggle your toes, move your fingers, take a few deep breaths. You can rub the hands together, get some heat in the palms of the hands, and place the palms over the eyes. Breathe. And then we're just going to ground, taking the first two fingers of both hands, hugging them down into the earth. And just imagining a nice, either white or like a golden color ball of light above your head. And then that moves down through your body, collecting up any bits of extraneous energy. And it moves through your body, down through your feet, and back down into the earth. It's taking that extra energy that you don't need, and it's giving it back to the earth to recycle. So you can do that a couple of times if you want to. And breathing. Release the fingers. Slowly opening the eyes. And just making sure you're back in the room so you can take a drink of water or have something to eat, just to bring you back into your body. I hope you enjoy this meditation for Bealtaine. Blessings. So we're going to devoke and close. We're going to thank the deities first. Thank you, Smurf. Smurf Grease. He's so cute. Funny dog. Anyway, Sekhmet, we thank you for your energy, your guidance, your blessings on this eve. Indeed. Indeed. We invite you to stay if you will, go if you must. Bid you hail and farewell. Exactly, yes. Hail and farewell. Rhiannon, we thank you for joining us on this Walpurgis Nacht, Bealtaine. We thank you for your guidance through the forest. And we thank you for your wisdom. We invite you to stay if you will and go if you must. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. Snap. Arawn, you whose cavern we journey to this eve, we thank you for your guidance, your wisdom, your energy. We invite you to stay if you will and go if you must. Hail and farewell. Hail and farewell. So that blue flame circle that's surrounding us, we're going to close that. So I want you to take that blue flame energy, transmute it back into blue light. Thank you, Smurf. And then that blue light comes back into your body. It's your energy. It can either come back through the heart center, or it can come up through the feet. May the circle be open but unbroken. May the god and the goddess be ever in your heart's merry meet and merry part and merry meet again. So just take a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, unmute yourself. And if anyone's got any questions or anything they want to share, you can. So I'm going to put it on.